Hello, and welcome to another episode of Fly Tying with Feather Dusters Fly Fishing. Today we are going to be tying a Dirty Harry fly, designed by no other than Dirty Harry Miraculous himself, out in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Dude's a local legend out there, excellent fly fishing guide if you ever find yourself in OBX. But this is a really simple, down and dirty guide fly, doesn't take long to tie. This fly was designed specifically to target redfish. However, last time I spoke to Harry, I believe over 80 species of fish have been caught on this fly, so feel free to tie it in any size that you got. Let's get a hook in the vise, and here's what you need to tie it. Materials for the Dirty Harry fly will include your choice of hook. Today I am going to be using a size 2/0 wide gap Gamakatsu saltwater series. These things are great, super sharp and last forever. You will also need some cactus chenille. I prefer the large cactus chenille on these larger hooks, gives it a little bit more of a body. You'll need some crystal flash. You will need a hackle feather, some ultra fine chenille, and recommend one of the heaviest heaviest dumbbell eyes you got. Today I'm going to be using a 5.1 millimeter tungsten. This thing sinks, boy. Alright, so once you got your hook in the vise, let's go ahead and start that. Wrapping your thread on there. I believe this is a 36. Yep, this is a 36D, nice and strong. Brown, just like the rest of our colors here. Now I'm going to wrap it right about back to the bend of that shank. And so we're going to work our way from the front forward here. I am going to start out first with our piece of ultra chenille. I'm going to tie in a good bit of it all the way up the shank of the hook, because if you get short struck from a redfish, you'll thank me later. And then I'm going to want that to be about hook length. So before I do anything else, I'm just going to cut that off. Find my handy dandy lighter. And I'm just going to give that tail a little bit of a taper there, just like that. Next up, I'm going to grab some of that crystal flash, just grab a few strands. We'll tie that in right next to it. Good grief, that's a lot of thread. Obviously that's a lot going on right there, so we'll just something like that. I'll take that hackle feather, and go right on top. So we got this nice big mess of a tail here. Now we can wrap forward, and I like to set these dumbbell eyes back a little bit because we're going to wrap that cactus chenille over top of them to make a little bit of a nose on this thing. Don't forget to lash it tight. We'll come all the way back to our joint right here. Now we'll grab the fun stuff. I like to pull a couple fibers off the end there That way you've got this nice little centerpiece to tie in with. No unnecessary humps. And then wrap under the eye to the nose of your fly. Now if you have a rotary vise, this is a fantastic time to use it. You do not need one, and I'll show you. So when you're making these wraps, every time you make a wrap, pull these fibers back and wrap in front of them. That way you're getting every fiber you can out and bushy. You don't want to be wrapping over it and lose that body. Honestly, sometimes I find it easier to do this way rather than with the rotary, because you actually do have your other hand free to push everything back like that. Squeeze one more in there. All right, now that we've made it to our dumbbell eye, we're going to cross over under the nose, back behind, over again. It'll just come up like you're about to wrap the nose there, and give that a nice firm tie off. Put about 3 wraps on it, grab everything, well, everything that I can. That's where I'll finish it off. So this is good to go. Now we've got a little bit of a bump here, doesn't look super natural. Don't do anything with it yet, we're going to address that. But now you are free to give it 2 whip finishes and some head cement. Make sure you're actually getting the thread there and not just the cactus chenille fibers. Alright, now that lighter you used to taper your ultra chenille tail, we're going to take it to the face of this fly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this lighter above the back of this fly, and I'm actually going to take it and rub it across my desk here and try and make a flat surface with that melting chenille. So just go right at it, don't be afraid. And that nice flat top there is going to allow this fly to sit flat on the bottom. And when you're pulling it in, you're not going to have to worry about that hook getting stuck on oyster shell or something down there. And there you have it. So like I said before, these flies are designed to be targeting redfish. However, they've caught way more than just spot-tailed bass. All kinds of bass, all kinds of sea trout, permit. I think I heard about a bonefish being caught on one of these. Doesn't surprise me. But these are fantastic all-around flies. You'd never catch me without one of these in my box. So as I said earlier, these flies were designed to target redfish. However, they've caught dozens and dozens of other saltwater and inland species. Feel free to tie these in any color and any size. I go as small as a 4 up to a 2/0. And I like to tie these in the root beer. I like to tie them in chartreuse and pink. Inland, I use more black and dark green, and still chartreuse, because I'm a sucker for chartreuse. But have fun with it. Tie a few of them in different colors, and let me know how you do. Go have fun. If you don't feel like tying these yourself, which you're probably not watching this video if you are. But anyways, I just opened up my Etsy shop yesterday and setting up my business for the first time here, so I'm really excited. These will be available with the blessing of Dirty Harry on my website here in the next week or so. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.